What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all having a great day. Weather has been warm this week. As y'all can tell, it has been above average. It's been very typical of February the last few years. Non-eventful as far as winter weather, and we've continued that trend this year. Today was not only in the 70s, but it was humid. So that's how we are right now, and that's kind of what we have to deal with right now. But I want to get a little bit into the weather as far as what we're expecting tomorrow. As you look here, it looks like it's going to be a very windy day tomorrow. Looks like a cold front's going to make its way through. Going to be a sharp drop in as far as humidity and dew points like that. And I think that's going to be associated with a weak line of heavy showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. I doubt it. And I think right after that passes through, we'll probably get a pretty big time drop in dew points and stuff like that. So that pretty much signals a cold front, and which will bring us from temps probably down near the coast will probably surge into the 80s ahead of the front. I wouldn't be surprised if someone breaks another record down there in Savannah or Charleston like that. Savannah broke a record high today. I think got up to 83, 84 degrees. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's another record broke down there. It might warm up very quick before the front comes through. So even here in Columbia, I think it's going to probably warm briefly into maybe the low 70s, upper 60s. And then that line's going to come through, and we pretty much go right back to winter Friday. So Friday, you might as well expect a winter-like day. It's going to be cold. Highs might not make it to 50 degrees. In the upstate, they probably definitely won't. It'll probably be in the upper 40s. Might be breezy. And then we're going to have a freeze almost statewide probably. Friday night to Saturday morning. Might not make it down to freezing mark down there near the coast, but it's going to be a big shock between tomorrow and Friday for the whole entire state. So you're gonna hear the whole age-old saying of you don't like the weather, then wait a little longer, and that's going to pretty much go into effect for Thursday into Friday. So it's going to be another chilly weekend. I don't expect any rain. And it looks like we're not going to have a ton of rain going into next week. I'm not going to go too deep into next week, but looks like there might be another cold front that sweeps through next week that might bring some colder weather and stuff like that. People on social media kind of talking about a storm that GFS was showing, but it just keeps disappearing, and it's basically pointless to talk about, really. There might be some potential late next week, somewhere in the southeast, maybe. I'll be keeping an eye on it. But other than that, it looks like we'll warm right back up after this weekend to the 60s and 70s before another cold front sweeps through. So there's that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering where winter's at. I don't know. And I don't know if there's going to be a winter this year as far as winter weather. I know the guys up in the upstate this past weekend got lucky and saw a few inches of snow. That's awesome for them guys. They deserve a little snow after the big time flooding and the severe weather they got last week. So I'm actually happy that they got something out of that, because they've been experiencing a lot of flooding. So like I've mentioned in a couple other videos, we've seen some pretty big winter storms at the end of February and early March. It's actually kind of like I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this, but there's like a mini peak season for hurricane season. After the peak season, there's kind of another mini peak season in October. That's kind of like our mini peak season for snow. Actually, February 12th today is a very hot day for, well, you know what I'm saying, a lucky day for snow. We got a big snowstorm a decade from today. Dropped 7-8 inches across the Midlands. And then 6 years ago today, we were in the middle of a major winter storm, which is actually the last major winter storm Lexington, Columbia has got. So, which I made a post about that on my Facebook and Twitter. So, we're getting later in the winter. We're definitely in the second half of winter, and we're definitely running out of time. And honestly, personally, call me Negative Nancy all you want, but I've kind of given up on winter, mainly to psych myself out just in case a huge surprise happens at the end of the month or something. But I'll be watching late next week. I'm not going to be watching too hard to the point where I get suckered in, but maybe there's some potential for someone. But let's see. Anything else really? Nah, not really. That's about it. And like I said, waiting for winter, waiting for something significant. The lowest temperature that we've reached at my location here between Columbia and Lexington, the Oak Grove, South Carolina area, right near the Barnyard Flea Market, is 24 degrees, which is pretty pathetic in my opinion. But you can't control the weather, so it is what it is. Last thing I want to talk about is I appreciate the huge support and the growth that I got last week during the severe weather and the snow and stuff. I got a lot of followers, and a lot of people like my Facebook page, so I really appreciate that, guys. I appreciate y'all supporting me, and I also ask that if you're watching this video, if you could just subscribe to my channel here. Like I've mentioned in all of my videos, I got goals I'm trying to meet, and I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, and just a new thing, a new journey I'm trying to start with this. So ask for support, and I appreciate all y'all.